Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the surface of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, one day. Then God said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." So God made the expanse and separated the waters which were below the expanse from the waters which were above the expanse. And it was so. And God called the expanse heaven. And there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. Then God said, "Let the waters below the heavens be gathered into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth sprout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees on the earth, bearing fruit after their kind with seed in them." And it was so. And the earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed after their kind, and trees bearing fruit with seed in them after their kind. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a third day. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth." And it was so. So God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, and also the stars. And God placed them in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to rule the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a fourth day. Then God said, "Let the waters swarm with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the expanse of the heavens." God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarmed after their kind, and every winged bird and after its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters with the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth." And there was evening, and there was morning, a fifth day. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures after their kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the air after their kind." And it was so. God made the beasts of the earth after their kind, and the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing of the ground after its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, so that they will have dominion over the fish of the seas, and over the birds of the sky, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." And God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them. God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the sky, and over every living thing that creeps on the earth." Then God said, "Behold, I have given to you every plant yielding seed that is on the surface of all the earth, and every tree which has the fruit of the tree yielding seed. It shall be food for you. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the sky, and to everything that creeps on the earth which has life, I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. God saw that all that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. I think what's interesting is God's creation story is not simply God created things. For instance, verse 3, it didn't say God created light, or God made the light. It says, God said, let there be light. God said, let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters. God said. And so God is a speaking God. And once he spoke, creation appears. And when he sees that creation, it says God saw that the light was good, he was able to judge that it was good. So God is also a seeing God. He is able to see what is good. And I guess implication is that he also sees what is not good. God separated the light from the darkness. God made the expanse and separated the waters. So God also separates, to separate the light from the darkness. Let the lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night. Many places, God said, God saw, God separated. So God not only uses words, uses the word for creation and sees his creation, but he also makes distinctions. He judges what is this and what is that, what is good and what is not. God also blesses. Then God bless them. Verse 22. Verse 28, God bless them. So God is a benevolent God who also blesses. And so, what does that mean? Well, if God is a speaking God, then am I a listening person? Am I attentive to his word? If God is a seeing God, do I realize that there's nothing I can hide from him? I can hide from everybody else, but not from him. He sees me. And not only does he see, but he judges what he sees. Is it good? Is it not good? He is also in the business of blessing. He blessed his creation. God created man in his image. God created mankind and blessed them. The blessing comes with multiplying, being fruitful. He created man in his own image. The earth was meant to be filled with that image, that we would multiply his image. And so I think about, how much am I multiplying reflections of God, representing him, displaying examples and pictures, expressions, truths, who God is. Those are some of my reflections on Genesis 1. I would love to hear yours.